It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. And I mean for everyone else but me, because I own XRP. And we're still broke. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today, as the Bulls feeling the Christmas spirit a little early this year. Ladies and gentlemen, it's cold outside everywhere you go. But the crypto market is heating up. Crypto prices are looking so much better. And altcoins are beginning to rev their engines. Well, it's been a frustrating couple years for the XRP army. The other side of all of the bullshit we've had to go through is about to present itself. Price action is on its way, and I do still believe XRP could achieve over $1 by the end of year. We have the increased narrative of a Bitcoin ETF getting passed, as Mike Novogratz predicted that January 10th, they're going to pass a Bitcoin ETF. And what I always find so funny is that when I put in the titles of my videos that something is going to happen on a specific date, people want to argue that nothing ever happens. Ladies and gentlemen, when I told you about a massive November, we saw crypto break out of its sideways trading pattern. We saw crypto break out and took bullish confirmation. We saw ISO updates internationally go live. In July, we saw FedNow go live. Numerous things are pointing to the perfect storm for 2024. And you all better get it together. 2024 is going to be a volatile year, and I see too much arrogance in the comment section for you guys to be able to survive. Humility and the ability to take on knowledge and perspective is what's going to free you in 2024, because the turmoil is about to commence. Expect bullish price action over the coming days. And we're going to have a beautiful time to celebrate during this holiday season.
65,000, 100,000. I don't know what you think it is in the cards, but what do you think it's already in the asset right now? If you want to call it an asset, is it already there? Once it happens, do you expect it to go to new highs, or it just seems like we've already paid a lot of it forward with the move we saw from, I mean, it was as low as 17,000 this year.
Sure. Well, Joe, I'm not one to make price predictions, but I do think there is a lot of optimism again in the market. I think a lot of investors are adding Bitcoin to their portfolios. And when we look ahead to the hopeful approval for spot Bitcoin ETFs, it really is going to unlock the opportunity to a part of the investment community that, for better or worse, but I would say for worse, has unfortunately been locked out of the opportunity to participate in having Bitcoin exposure in their portfolios. So we're really talking about the advised market here in the US, which is today about $30 trillion worth of advised wealth that we hope the approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs, the uplisting of GBTC, will allow for that opportunity and for those investors to partake in it as well.
Now, guys, I want to make something clear. I'm a big believer that the moment they announce a Bitcoin ETF being approved, that will be the local top at that time. We are over here with a very high probability of a $50,000 XRP, a $50,000 Bitcoin, and a $1 plus XRP being on the horizon by the first-ish week of January, if what Mike Novogratz stated is true. And I'm just going to say this right now, it helps confirm the TA. The time frame Mike Novogratz gave for a Bitcoin ETF getting approved would confirm Waters Above analysis that he gave on this channel just a few weeks ago. We are in a point where we could take some profits. A local top will be arriving. Interest in this space will be at all-time highs since 2022. And you all better start paying attention. Because right now, what's occurring in the crypto space is that massive FUD is beginning on XRP yet again. And people who have credentials but have a clear bias are spreading misinformation and propaganda. And this is 100% what I hate in crypto. 100% wrong information that people take at face value that have never done their own research will then get regurgitated as if it's fact by the masses. But it's 100% wrong. He stated XRP is a scam and went deep into XRP's, quote, lack of decentralization, saying they can change the code, and saying that the US cracking down on XRP or crypto in the US, nobody will use it. We've already won the case. We're the only crypto in America with legal clarity. And this is what the XRP haters don't want to admit to you. They are 100% afraid, but there's nothing they could do about it. Guys, I have to give you more bullish confirmation that 2024 is going to be a special year, as Coinbase has released an 80-plus page document on the 2024 crypto market outlook. And their top 3 trends for Bitcoin next year are: 1, institutional interest means Bitcoin will perform well even if the economy tanks. 2, the halving. And 3, Bitcoin doesn't need de-dollarization to thrive. These 3 criteria are things that we've been discussing on this channel. Crypto is a solution to an economic crisis. Despite the fact that crypto and stocks have been heavily correlated, and that is indisputable, there may be a moment when it actually happens. And here, Coinbase is actually letting all of us know that it's a possibility. Keep this in the back of your minds, and you may be one step ahead as a contrarian investor. Now, also realize that Coinbase is at the head of 52 million Americans who own digital assets. Coinbase is usually the first exchange people here in America use. It's credible. It's public on the stock market. People trust the Coinbase brand. And the crypto industry, including Coinbase, Ripple, Grayscale, and others, have donated $72 million to begin lobbying bipartisan support for crypto-forward candidates in 2024. And I promise you, 1/6 of America being crypto holders, that's going to make an impact to who gets elected and the type of policy that gets passed. And I think public policy is going to take a major shift. People in crypto will have a voice in 2024. And I think all of this combined with everything else going on is going to be a fireworks display of a moment for this industry. We have volatile news from the Colorado Supreme Court stating Trump can't run in their state. And ladies and gentlemen, I've always stated 2024 was going to be a divisive year, a politically volatile year. But what I can stress is all this volatility, geopolitically and domestically. This is going to be a good environment for crypto to thrive. All these things are making the perfect XRP storm. And hold on to your hats, as our moment is fast approaching. Now, to cap off this video for today from Subjective Views, the United States has been working behind the scenes to deliver the G20's vision of faster, cheaper, and more transparent and more accessible cross-border payments. In the long term, they will explore more far-reaching changes to encourage responsible innovation. Here, in this clip, we have the Bank of Korea at the IMF International Conference, December 14, 2023, And the speaker is Nicholas Tabor, the Deputy Assistant Secretary for International Financial Markets for the U.S. Department of the Treasury. This is a special time to be alive, and the most powerful people on the planet that control all the money and that move all the money in place are discussing this. XRP's use case. The problem XRP is looking to solve. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very boring to try and decipher the lizard talk and watch all these video clips from the dungeons of the internet. A lot of videos like this that expose the agenda only have 20 to 200 views on them. But you best believe that wop 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 has around a couple billion views. That's the reason 99% of people are poor. That's the reason 99% of people aren't going to make it. The difference between something that's important that you can actually make an impact on and mind-numbing entertainment is what's going to make us the new 1%. In the time of most propaganda and misinformation, we kept ourselves informed with what the elites are doing. And that's why we deserve everything we're going to get. We deserve our generational wealth. And ladies and gentlemen, I promise you it's only a matter of time. I genuinely believe XRP can reach $1 before the end of the year, and even as late as the week after New Year's. But I think it's coming, and I think all of you can sense it too. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
A second lesson. Cross-border payments implicate a wide range of domestic and international policy issues. And this includes banking regulation, just as it did for Corrigan, but it also includes questions about transparency and privacy, about national security, about economic and financial inclusion, and about the role that a jurisdiction plays or seeks to play in the global economy. Payment systems are primarily the purview of central banks, but payments policy touches on issues that go outside a central bank's traditional mandate. And as a consequence of that, making progress on payments policy also requires engagement from a broad set of public and private actors. To that end, in the United States, the US Treasury and the Biden administration have been pursuing a complementary role to the Federal Reserve. Since last fall, Treasury has led a working group on the future of money and payments. This group considers the implications of new payments technologies for broader US policy objectives. And these include the smooth functioning of the international financial system, national security objectives, and privacy and financial inclusion. And in so doing, our work dovetails with the focus and the independent work of the Federal Reserve. Now, Treasury's work has two core goals. The first is to improve cross-border payments. And the second is to ensure that new payment systems and other innovations are secure, resilient, and reflective of democratic values and core US interests. And within that, our work also has more specific goals. We aim to ensure that the dollar continues to fulfill all its functions in ways that are mutually beneficial to the United States and the rest of the world. We aim to support the security and resilience of future payment systems, while in parallel improving the speed and efficiency of existing payments infrastructure. We aim to ensure that new payments technologies protect users' privacy, minimize the risk of illicit financial transactions, and promote equity and inclusion in the delivery of payment services. A third lesson, and this is an axiom of Treasury's work on this topic as well, is that robust international standards are essential, both to progress on cross-border payments and to broader financial stability. It's no coincidence that the 1974 failure of Herstatt Bank led to the creation of both the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision, which Neil represented on here yesterday, and the CPMI. Herstatt showed that strong supervision and reliable payment systems are both essential to managing the unique and complicated risks of cross-border financial intermediation. Standard setting is a critical tool for achieving broad consensus on the measures that preserve that stability. and the utility of international standards, including over other more hypothetical arrangements, has been borne out over decades. The consistent application of strong standards, like the Principles for Financial Market Infrastructure, or PFMI, to new technologies and across jurisdictions can reduce risks, uphold a level playing field, and reduce frictions between new and legacy systems. Where standards are absent, we should look to experienced institutions to both guide and develop them, like the G7, the G20, the CPMI, and the Financial Action Task Force. And in both cases, present or absent applicable standards, the United States has an interest in preserving and promoting standards that are consistent with democratic values, including sound economic governance, financial stability, individual rights, and the rule of law. This is true regardless of the technologies that we choose for either our domestic payment systems or the cross-border payment arrangements in which we are involved. Standards are also critical for a broader reason, which is that there is no clean slate in payments. The complicated, imperfect architecture that we have for payments has grown and changed episodically and over time, facing many challenges that have persisted for decades. It is also, and simultaneously, the architecture on which virtually all day-to-day economic activity relies. Governments do not have the option of designing real-world networks seamlessly, flawlessly, and from scratch. New systems and technologies must, by necessity, enter into and coexist within this broader architecture. They will need to interact with legacy systems, and payment systems with different technical designs will still need to interoperate across borders. Adherence to, and where necessary, the development of strong international standards will facilitate this kind of legal and technical interoperability. Under these conditions, making further progress is necessarily going to be complicated. The easy steps towards improving cross-border payments are behind us. The hard, detailed work of identifying and addressing frictions is all that remains. The work that we have ahead of us will require sustained support, attention, and engagement from a range of countries and public and private actors. But the potential gains of this are well worth the cost, and we should and we will continue to pursue them.